Let's talk about Colorado at UCLA. We were both on UCLA minus 17. Criminal that they did not cover this game. Criminal. The backdoor
And
cover, man.
I think we even got bad. We got bad value there. By the end, it closed at 14 and a half,
Yeah.
or 14 even. And we did this on Wednesday, right? We recorded on Wednesday, posted on Thursday. So, well, I don't know about you. I texted. I'm not worried about the line. I know you you live bet UCLA, didn't you? And like, I don't
Yeah, and I got it at 13 and a half, which is a bummer.
know. Killer, killer, killer,
Killer.
killer.
What are you gonna do, man? What are you gonna do? I mean, Shedeur Sanders looked pedestrian, like we said. Like he was gonna happen. This defense is nothing like he's seen all year. He played Oregon. I think UCLA's defense is better than Oregon's. Despite Oregon's defense is really, that's not to discredit Oregon's defense. UCLA's defense is just really good. Their secondary has some question marks, but their front seven is electric. They ran the ball well. They just 4 turnovers in the first half. I mean, that'll do it, man. That'll do it. This should have been a 30-point win for UCLA, but they got it done. How about Colin Schlee too?
Fucking threw a pick.
I threw a pick. Colin Schlee getting some action. I know that was a guy you really liked. I don't know how much you got to watch Colin Schlee last night, but that was kind of your guy going into the season. You were kind of like,
I was waiting for him to take the job.
Yeah.
And obviously he got an opportunity in this game and he did not take advantage of it. But he ran the ball well. But that's his thing. Like he came over from Kent State. Him and his running back, or not his running back, but Carson Steele, another MAC transfer there. Carson Steele has had some fumble problems. He had 2 more today. Right. Yeah. Now we talked about the turnover issue. Like they had 2 interceptions, 2 fumbles, I believe all in the first half. And that's why it was 7-6. And UCLA moved the ball super, super well. And they even had a missed field goal in that too. So like this game, and then UCLA came out at halftime, touchdown, punt, touchdown, like it, and then it was out of hand. And then obviously the backdoor cover there with Colorado. But
Jimmy
I don't know.
Horn.
Yeah. Brutal. So,
yeah. But you and I are obviously in agreement that we would be on the same side again, right?
It's just a reality situation. Like Colorado, like everything that we talked about and that we said, oh, this is why UCLA will cover happened, and then turnover luck just bit us, and obviously the backdoor cover. It almost still even worked without that late touchdown there in garbage time. Colorado cannot run the ball. They cannot protect Shedeur Sanders, right? UCLA was able to run the ball and was able to move the ball and get Logan Loya involved. Right, J. Michael Sturdivant didn't do anything, and they still threw the ball for 270 yards. And their defense just played really, really good. Travis Hunter's a nice boost for them, though, defensively. He made those 2 huge plays there. Really, really nice interceptions.
Yeah, after the what game was it? Where he kind of got burned. Oh, the Stanford game where he got burned a bunch of times. People wanted to immediately go to their keyboards. They're saying Travis Hunter was never an elite cornerback. We knew this. What are you guys even talking about? I'm like,
he should stick to offense. That's ridiculous.
Like, yeah, like he might be a better receiver than he's a corner, but he's still a plus corner. He just played 156 snaps off a lacerated liver. I mean, so let's not give up on the guy. I mean, we know he's a very good football player.
This is also his first year in Power 5. Like he played Jackson State last year, and he's still 19, 20 years old. Like he's a really good player. Colorado and Deion Sanders will be just fine in the coming years. But this year, obviously, Pac-12 being the caliber that it is, and with their schedule, obviously losing to Stanford hurt them. But the last 4 games are not easy at all. You have Oregon State, who is probably going to be pissed off after coming back home after losing on the road at Arizona. And then you got Arizona, who we talked about is playing some of the best football in the Pac-12 right now. And they got to go to Pullman, Washington, right? Obviously, Washington State. Oh, what happened to Washington State? They're skating right now, but Cam Ward at home is always dangerous. And then you get finished in Salt Lake City. Like, it's tough sledding for Colorado there. But on the other hand, for UCLA, they have a very winnable schedule down the stretch. Obviously, at Arizona, I believe right now, is their toughest test, and it's not even close. Yes, I know they play USC on the road later in November. I'm not worried about that game as much as I'm worried about going to Arizona, to the desert there in Tucson, Arizona. I don't know. I think UCLA can do some damage. The problem is I don't see it in terms of the Pac-12 and being in the top two to make the championship game. But I think 10-2 would be super, super successful year for them. But also, like, it would be a little bit frustrating to not be in that conference championship game. It just speaks to the quality of the Pac-12 right now.
I agree 100%. I don't think UCLA, like, I don't think they're meant to win the Pac-12 this year. I don't think they're built for it. I mean, if you're struggling to find, if you're struggling to find a quarterback at this point in the season, you're not, you shouldn't be in contention for Pac-12 championship. But not to say they're not a bad team, and they could still win 9 games this year potentially.
Yeah, no, exactly, and UCLA did what they needed to do. Got to win at home against Colorado. That stadium was packed. Did you see that, by the way?
Yeah,
it was packed.
I mean,
which is packed for the Rose Bowl standards. But that's crazy that Colorado is the team to sell that game out, and not some of the other Pac-12 teams that have routinely come in there. But yeah, that's really interesting there. But also, like, yeah, their home schedule was kind of brutal this year in terms of not getting any marquee guys. USC, Oregon State, Utah, all on the road, and even San Diego State on the road as well. So that they're itching for a big game at home there, and they got one there with Deion Sanders obviously coming into town.